Viewers, look around you. Look around you. No one else is doing this story at this hour. At prime time, a story that concerns hundreds and thousands of Indians is being smothered. I don't know why, viewers. Is it because there's pressure? Is it because, viewers, questions have to be asked, which some people are reluctant to ask? Questions have to be asked because, viewers, the entire system is to blame, and accountability has to go all the way to the top. India's Aviation Watchdog, viewers, managed by the Aviation Ministry, can no longer hide behind technicalities, jargon or selective outrage because as thousands of Indians remain abandoned, a paper trail has emerged that points not just to IndiGo's failure but also to an accomplice. And I'm saying this with full responsibility, viewers. And that accomplice, viewers, ostensibly is the DGCA, the very regulator, the very watchdog meant to protect you. It turns out that a parliamentary committee had warned in August that the system was cracking, that it was falling apart, that fleet expansion far outstripping pilot growth, fatigue risks were spiraling. Even the ATC manpower was stretched to the limit, and the DGCA itself operating at nearly 50% vacancy, even though, viewers, the DGCA allows IndiGo and others to sign on more flights to cater to, as you know, viewers, high season tourist traffic. The panel warned of a catastrophic failure, not my words, the panel's own words, and I'm talking about a parliamentary panel. But the DGCA, controlled by the Civil Aviation Ministry, did squat, did nothing, viewers, absolutely nothing. Nothing. Here is a snapshot, viewers. I have that particular report in my hands. I always come with the hard facts. I always come, viewers, with documents. Viewers, these are the facts that the DGCA cannot bury anymore. There was a parliamentary panel's warning in August 2025, and it said that fleet growth exceeds pilot growth. The panel warned that rapid aircraft induction without matching crew strength was unsafe. It's all written here. Fatigue, a major safety hazard, alerted DGCA that pilot and ATC fatigue could trigger serious incidents. Did the DGCA, viewers, look at the biggest airline and ask it whether it was actually taking on board the pilots' inadequate numbers that were required to submit under the FTDL requirements, viewers? No. It just sent notices. Just basically, viewers, to do the bare necessities so that no one could turn around and say, oh, you messed up. You see, bureaucrats are experts, viewers, at covering their tracks. The DGCA, this panel report, viewers, that I have right here, said that it was severely understaffed, nearly 50% vacancy in safety oversight posts, flagged as a structural risk. FRMS needed urgently, called for a national fatigue risk management system across airlines and ATCs. The risk of catastrophic failure. Panel warned the system was nearing a dangerous tipping point. It's all there, viewers, and I'm not saying it. It's the parliamentary panel report on civil aviation, which is saying all these facts, and they put it out in August. And what do we have, viewers? 4 months later, 3 months later, a catastrophic meltdown. Not just this, but the Pilots Guild has revealed that DGCA granted IndiGo special relaxations, exemptions beyond even the diluted FDTL Phase 2 norms. These relaxations were without scientific justification or ICAO compliance. Pilots also alleged that there was no fatigue audit. Who's saying all of this? It's the pilots. So on the one side, it's the parliamentary panel. And the other side, it's the pilots. Extra relaxations beyond FTTL Phase 2. DGCA gave IndiGo additional exemptions despite Phase 2 already having transitional leniencies. Deviations from ICAO, fatigue norm waivers, allowed duty and rest patterns outside ICAO recommended fatigue protection limits. Phase 2 preconditions not enforced. DGCA did not verify IndiGo's fatigue reporting systems, roster modeling, tools or staffing buffers before rollout. No independent fatigue data oversight. DGCA failed to act on repeated pilot fatigue reports or enforce corrections under Rule 140A. Uneven regulatory playing field. IndiGo received bespoke dispensations, breaking uniformity under CAR norms and fueling industry resentment. I mean, look at this, viewers. IndiGo was getting a free run. That's the bottom line. A free run without hardly any oversight. The minister, of course, viewers, has not turned the gaze inwards. In Parliament today, he laid the blame squarely and perhaps even selectively at the airline's door. I'm not saying for a moment, viewers, so don't get me wrong, that IndiGo should not be punished. It should be punished. In fact, it should be grounded for a week. Even though, viewers, that would bring the aviation sector to a complete grinding stop. But yes, it should be, viewers. Make them feel the loss. Its CEOs should be asked to go. There are problems. But viewers, that can only happen, viewers, if tomorrow the minister also recognizes that it takes two to clap. At this moment, viewers, the minister is very happy at deflecting the blame. He says the IndiGo crisis happened due to problems in its crew rostering and internal planning system. We are not taking the situation lightly. We are conducting an investigation and we will take every strict action, not only for them, but for all airlines. We will take very strict action so that we set an example in the industry. Viewers, that was Ram Mohan Naidu, Civil Aviation Minister, telling Parliament, guess what happens? At 6 p.m. today, the deadline for the CEO of IndiGo to respond to the show cause notice issued to them expires. And exactly at 6:01, he sends in his response to say, actually, I can't tell you where things went wrong. I need 15 more days. And viewers, it's so brazen. It's so brazen. I want 15 more days. He knows, viewers. What can the Civil Aviation Minister do? What can the government do? They can't ground him. It's too big to fail. While there's no doubt that the airline is to blame, and it put profits above passenger safety ostensibly, could it have escaped without a long rope from the DGCA, viewers? Today we have pilots coming in and turning whistleblowers. Listen to this account, it will chill you.
When this November implementation happened because of the Honorable High Court, they started taking flight cancellation on purpose. What IndiGo used this FDTL was for their benefit. First, they cancelled all type of contracts, norms, PL's availability, and everything went off. Although having special clearance from DGCA, which no other airline had, they started with, again, like I told you, they started taking cancellations to make data and make it arm twist the regulator to get rid of the FTTL. The accountable and responsible people who have brought this chaos, made so many passengers suffered, made the frontline warriors, pilots, cabin crew, ground staff suffer, even beaten up, they should be brought to justice. And not just penalty to the airline, personal penalties should be imposed on these individuals. They must be brought to justice.
Viewers, deliberately created. There are questions and they are looming large. Why did DGCA give IndiGo extra FDTL relaxations beyond phase 2? Where is the safety data? Why did DGCA deviate from ICAO fatigue norms without any risk assessment? Why was the August warning on DGCA's 50% staffing shortfall ignored? Why were repeated pilot fatigue reports not acted upon under Rule 14A? Why did IndiGo get dispensation not offered to other airlines? Is this regulatory bias? Is it true? And I'm not saying anything more, viewers. Is it true that those investigating IndiGo are also linked to the airline, that there is a conflict of interest? Viewers, these are fundamental questions tonight, and I'm not going to not ask them, viewers. These questions have to be asked of the Aviation Watchdog. Why hasn't the Aviation Watchdog's boss been sacked? These individuals have risked your lives, viewers. They've created absolute chaos in your lives. And guess what? And let me tell you, your jaws are going to drop, viewers. While you were struggling to get a flight, viewers, over these last 96 hours, two individuals, owners of a bar, and let's put out those visuals, owners of the bar in Goa, the Birch Bar, viewers, these two individuals got a flight, apparently an IndiGo flight. And they have gone to Phuket, if you please. They were wanted. You people can't get a flight. I can't get a flight. I am paying through my nose. You are paying through your nose. You are being grounded. But these two gents, viewers, Gaurav Luthra and Saurav Luthra, owner of Birch by Romeo Lane, are sitting in Phuket. This, viewers, is what it looks like today. Airline regulator off the hook. Airline off the hook. People who kill through negligence off the hook. The system is leaky, viewers. It's very, very leaky. Questions need to be asked. You can't shun blame anymore, my dear friends. Law and order is a state subject. Goa is run by the BJP. Two individuals who are wanted by the police for 29 deaths in their club. There is enough evidence to suggest, viewers, that these people are culpable because they did not even have the basic permissions. They were running an illegal joint. So they have blood on their hands. But they scoot, viewers. The Malias got away. The Nirav Modis got away. The Sandesaras got away. Now two, viewers, entrepreneurs who sent 29 to their deaths have flown away. Viewers, it's as simple as that. Off they go. And guess what, viewers? A lookout circular is issued after they go. That's the game. Let's open this up first. I'll come back to this story, viewers. There's a lot to talk about on this story, on these two individuals who have slipped out. I'll come back to that, but I want to focus on the story that has hit you all.